All right, so we're going to look at the properties of logarithms, and there are three rules that we're going to focus on, and we're going to do some examples using these properties. The first property is called the product rule that says, first of all, we want to let the base and then the part of our log, we have m times n, those must be positive numbers. We remember our base cannot be 1, it has to be greater than 1. And it has to be positive. It says whenever you have the logarithm of a product, meaning we're multiplying two products here, we can expand this out to being the sum of the logs. Now, if we want to go back and equate this back to something that you've done before, if you think about the exponent properties where you had a base raised to a power, then you had that same base raised to another power. You keep the base and you add the exponents. Well, this is how this rule come into play with the previous properties of exponents that you were taught um, in college algebra. We covered that as well as intermediate algebra. The quotient rule, it says the logarithm of a quotient is the difference of the logarithm. So whenever you have a quotient, then it's going to be a minus. We keep the log, we keep the base, but we're going to subtract the m over n, the quotient, and of course subtract meaning the difference. And the next one, we have the power rule that says the logarithm of a number with an exponent is the product of the exponent and the logarithm of that number. So what this is saying here is that you're going to take that exponent. So here we have log base b of m raised to the p power. We're going to take this p and we're going to write it, bring it down and write it in front of the log. And this is where you see the exponent. So learn these three rules because in our next set of examples, we're going to learn how to expand using these properties. Okay, where if you notice what the product rule is equal to, the quotient rule is equal to, and the power rule is equal to, that means that we expanded the original question. Okay, so we're going to learn how to expand, and then we're going to learn how to condense, where it's going to look like, I'm pointing to this now, it looks like the right side where you have addition, and then you're going to in turn go work the opposite way and then write its product. So learn these rules. It's very simple, very quick concepts, but you will see these rules come up into other sections that we're going to cover in this chapter.